reports from Miami tomorrow on the CBS Morning News. This is CBS.
A rare photographic essay was played out on University Avenue in St. Paul today. The state's #1 Catholic, the Archbishop himself, outside a porn movie theater. 2 arrests are made in an elaborate merchandise scam that could cost Target stores as much as $200,000. And with the World Trade Center festivities about to begin, one wonders just how worldly are the tenets of that grand Ephesus.
The 6 p.m. report is coming up next.
Lots of good things come in pairs, and right now at Dayton's, we're having a sale that'll make you look twice. It's our 2-for-1 pillow sale, with a pair of pillows for the price of one. There's the Dacron 2 by Boundary Waters, or Park Rose Feather and Down, Park Rose Down and Feather, and the Downfield pair by Park Row. So get to Dayton's on the double and save. Dayton's 2-for-1 pillow sale, because 2's always better than 1.
Do men make passes at women who wear glasses? You bet they do. If the women know where to shop. Dueling Optical. Their style and selection. Designer frames to contact lenses. Professional consultants who care. And affordability.
With eyeglass purchase, receive a free pair of eyeglasses or daily wear contact lenses.
So remember, buy your eyewear at Dueling and never, no, never answer the phone on the first ring.
You are watching WCCO Television, Minneapolis, St. Paul. This is the 6 p.m. report.
Good evening, everyone. For 2 years, pickets have been protesting pornography in the University and Dale area of St. Paul. Today, they got some help. Roman Catholic Archbishop John Roche led a rally against the adult entertainment businesses in that neighborhood. Caroline Lowe was there.
Surrounded by X-rated theaters and bookstores, Archbishop Roche declared war today against pornography in the St. Paul neighborhood. Roche shared his pulpit in the street with several other religious leaders, along with Mayor George Latimer and Councilmember Bill Wilson.
I don't hear anybody who says that the Faust Theater or the Flick are really good for this neighborhood. And what we want to do is say, we buy that, we agree with that, and we'll lend whatever kind of moral credence we have as you as a neighborhood address this question.
Neighborhood residents and activists see the rally of the religious leaders as an important step in their struggle against pornography.
This helped, too, and we need more of it. And I believe our next one will have congregations from churches rather than just the church leaders.
Lord's granted today and give us the strength.
While more than 200 people joined in prayers and songs, one of the Twin Cities' biggest owners of adult entertainment businesses watched the rally from across the street.
The only way that they can make me close shop is by shooting me. No other way. I'm not protecting the monetary value of that business. I'm protecting the First Amendment and the Bill of Rights.
Alexander also said he would be willing to close his businesses if the city comes up with the right price. Meanwhile, as the noontime rally came to a close, nude women continued to perform erotic acts here at the Faust Theater, while customers paid a couple of dollars to watch. Caroline Lowe, WCCO Television News in St. Paul.
The religious leaders promised to ask their congregations to support the anti-porn pickets. St. Paul police have identified the woman who died last night when her apartment caught fire. She was 38-year-old Judy Hansen. Authorities say Ms. Hansen, who had recently been treated for mental illness, apparently started the fire while playing with matches. Smoke spread to the rest of the 12-unit building, forcing about 15 tenants of it to flee.
I didn't see nothing happen. They just came and pounded on the door and said, "Fire, get out." There was fire on the 3rd floor. And I had just gone to bed.
Total damage to the apartment buildings is expected to amount to about $40,000. Tonight, Minneapolis police say they've broken up a ring that's been ripping off local Target stores. Members of the ring allegedly used stolen checks to buy as much as $200,000 in merchandise. A woman allegedly involved in the ring was arrested over the weekend. The State Crime Bureau had been investigating her for several months in connection with a string of check forgeries at Target stores all over the Twin Cities. Trish Van Pilsen reports.
The case broke Sunday at this Lake Street Target store. A security guard who'd been alerted to the ring spotted one of the suspects. Police arrested 31-year-old Cynthia Asplin for allegedly forging this check. It was stolen from a University of Minnesota student. Police believe Asplin worked with this man, Robert Blair, and 2 other people for the past 4 months. They allegedly used checks stolen from people's cars or purses to shop at Target stores. They then allegedly returned the merchandise for cash refunds.
The alleged ring was highly organized and very busy, sometimes hitting up to 4 Target stores a day. And police say the operation was very sophisticated.
She would alter the check numbers so that this particular stolen check, had it been reported, would not show up on the computer.
Most of the checks were given to cashiers along with stolen driver's licenses. Sometimes the pictures on the licenses didn't match the person writing the check.
The cashiers are trained to look at identification of the person off of the identification as well as the person who's presenting the check, but I'm sure many times they get busy and they do make mistakes.
Check forgeries are becoming more common at all retail stores. Target officials have formed a special task force and will be making sure cashiers are more careful. Trish Van Pilsen, WCCO Television News, Minneapolis.
Cynthia Asplund faces gross misdemeanor charges for the alleged check forgery of last weekend. Charges are pending against her and others in connection with the other stolen checks. Today, members of the Minnesota House took the legislature on the road to Mankato and other southern Minnesota cities. The House Tax Committee got an earful from students at Mankato State University who complained about new taxes on school supplies. Other committees met in Waseca and St. Peter. In all, the lawmakers will visit 11 cities during the 3 days of what they call mini-sessions. Still to come on tonight's 6 p.m. report, the question, are the new tenants of the World Trade Center really world traders? The stories in just a moment.
What are you going to do now that you sold this place, Ed?
Well, probably just loaf around like you guys.
We'll work with you.
Really? Norwest found ways to keep my money working, so I don't have to.
I could have put your money to work.
We'll do our best.
We're sure gonna miss you, cherry sodas.
We know the way. We are Norwest.
True Value hardware stores present a sneak preview of great values in the Fall Preview Circular, where the Casio 8-digit solar-powered calculator is just $2.88. And a pack of 3 Value-Bright Inside Frost bulbs is only 99 cents. Prevent costly heat loss with Red Devil Lifetime Caulk, just $1.66, less a $1 mail-in rebate. And get a selection of Cervest plastic trash bags, just $1.69 a pack. Now showing at participating True Value hardware stores and home center.
Heat your home with Bryant's Efficient Formula Gas Furnace and get 1 month of free gas. Or heat your home with the ultra-efficient Plus 90 furnace and get 2 months of free gas. Formula and Plus 90 from Bryant. Up to 97% efficient and fired up with free gas.
In the St. Cloud area, call Lion Sheet Metal and Heating. And in St. Paul, call Midwest Equipment Company.
If you like low prices, you'll love Levitt's special sale. Check Levitt's ads for hundreds of specially reduced items. But whatever you do, don't miss it. It's special.
St. Paul's new World Trade Center will officially open on Friday. And today, the White House released this videotaped message to be played at the ceremonies.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Visiting Dignitaries, Governor Perpich.
Hold it. Apparently, no one told the president that Governor Perpich has steadfastly refused to attend the ceremonies, remains in that condition because of what he calls bad publicity about the World Trade Center. The first foreign dignitaries are scheduled to arrive at this hour for the 3-day celebration to open the center. They and the public will be allowed to tour the tallest building in St. Paul, which has been 5 years in the making. Tonight, business reporter Ellen Cox shows us a few of the new sites and the old controversy, is it really a World Trade Center?
As dignitaries troop through St. Paul's newest skyscraper in the next few days, they'll find a handsome building. The view from the top, the 36th floor, is breathtaking. Its lucky tenant to be announced next week. But visitors to the grand opening will also find that not many of the first 19 tenants are recognizable by name as movers and shakers in foreign trade. The state-funded trade office is one of the early clients, but so are 4 law firms, a stockbroker, and an accounting firm. The head of the state board that oversees the trade center says those are good choices nonetheless.
They want to strengthen their international trade capabilities, and of course that's what the Trade Center is really all about, to try to encourage Minnesota companies to get into international trade.
Developers say 2/3 of the early tenants have some foreign ties, including one announced this afternoon, the LRB architectural firm. It's designing an addition to the Trade Center in Moscow. But critics of Governor Perpich say the building here is falling behind his early promises of a mecca for international traders.
You service people in other countries, especially in law or architecture, that has nothing to do with enhancing the business climate of the state of Minnesota and international trade.
With only half the building leased, its Canadian developer may be anxious to fill it with tenants, but the developer promises not to compromise by filling it with non-trade companies.
It's like having the only apartment project in town with a swimming pool. So in the long run, we recognize that the fact that it's a trade center really inures to our benefit.
Richard Nolan says the final judgment on the Trade Center should be available in about 5 years, a judgment based on whether the mixture of clients and conferences has developed foreign trade and jobs in Minnesota. Alan Cox, WCCO Television News, St. Paul.
A number of foreign dignitaries are flying into town tonight for the Trade Center's grand opening. State and local officials now are out at the airport prepared to greet them, and that's where our Mike Walsher is standing by live. Mike, has the flight arrived?
Yes, it has, Dave. I believe it's arrived just a couple of minutes ago. We don't yet have any videotape back here. They've arrived at a far concourse at the other end of the Twin Cities International Airport. About 30 to 40 ambassadors and deputy chief ambassadors from various countries around the world. Their missions to the United States and Washington, D.C. have flown into the Twin Cities for the opening ceremonies of the controversial World Trade Center. And this afternoon, a number of dignitaries, minus Governor Rudy Perpich, were on hand getting ready to greet the foreign dignitaries set to arrive. Lieutenant Governor Marlene Johnson, the head of the Minnesota delegation, along with Skip Humphrey and a number of other officials of the World Trade Center. Now, what is it going to cost to greet the ambassadors and wine, dine, and squire them around for the next several days? About $200,000 to $250,000, according to World Trade Center officials and others organizing the events of the next few days. Most of that's funded with private money. There's a little bit of public money involved. However, they say they're not over budget. They say the money is well spent and that it will reap dividends for Minnesota with investment and a number of jobs from the various countries in coming years. The countries that have arrived or have sent ambassadors include East Germany, West Germany, Cyprus, Egypt, Indonesia, Greece, Malaysia, Nigeria, Australia, New Zealand. Those just a few of the countries whose ambassadors will be shown around the Twin Cities and around the state of Minnesota starting tonight and through the next several days. Dave?
Thank you, Mike. In a moment, we'll welcome the presence of 2 dignitaries on this newscast. One is our distinguished weatherman, Mike Fairbourne. The other, His Royal Highness King Carl Gustaf of Sweden, who plans to drop in again soon. We'll be back.
The more you'll appreciate having had a Delta dental plan where you worked. Why end up eating apples the same way you started? Delta Dental. You go to your own dentist. You have a healthier set of teeth.
Hi, Bob. New sandwich? Make me one. 3 kind. Surprise me. Multigrain bun? Ooh. Chicken fillet, fresh tomato, crisp lettuce, creamy mayonnaise, and the others?
Now for a short time.
Roast beef, ham and cheese, chicken fillet.
New Supreme Specialty Sandwiches only from Hardee's because we're out to win you over.
Bob, just one more screenful.
I wish Mommy was here.
Who do you think made Mommy feel better when she was your age?
You, Grandpa?
Over 20 million times every year, people bring their prescriptions to a Kmart pharmacy.
2 teaspoons?
For top brand name pharmaceuticals or generic equivalents where allowed.
Feels better.
And precise computerized prescription service, all at a Kmart price.
I thought this might make you feel better, too.
America's favorite store, Kmart, the saving place.
came around the passenger side and had a gun in his hand and was yelling obscenities and was shooting at me.
He was intending to do some bodily harm.
They are people who have a gun and want to go out and just do some damage.
On the next Hour magazine, the reasons behind America's freeway madness.
Well, I do consider myself very lucky.
Hour magazine, Thursday morning at 9 on Channel 4.
Sweden's King Carl and Queen Sylvia will pay a return visit to the Twin Cities next April. They were last here in November of 1982. In April, they'll tour the United States to commemorate the 350th anniversary of the first Swedish colony in North America. Events will include a public reception in Edina and an ice skating show featuring Swedish Olympians and a luncheon sponsored by Governor Perpich, and last we heard he plans to attend.
He'll be there for that.
That's reassuring, isn't it?
Indeed it is.
What's new with you?
Well, we've got a little bit of weather moving in. Fall is on the horizon, is the way things are shaping up right now anyway. We've been watching some showers down to the south of us. Those showers have spread some clouds up over the southern part of the state. We've had some showers develop and then kind of dissipate out to the west of us. Also some showers a little bit further north. But this is fall up here. These are the clouds coming in behind a cool front that's going to spread across us throughout the day tomorrow. And by Friday, our temperature is not going to be in the 70s anymore. It's going to be in the 60s as we get some cooling. This thunderstorm down here has been producing a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. Most of it's been falling in Nebraska, moving up into extreme western Iowa. They do have a severe weather watch in effect for parts of western Iowa because of the thunderstorms that are building down there, and that's all well to the south of us. Some of those showers may brush across the extreme southeastern corner of the state, but I think here in the Twin Cities all we'll see are some clouds to the south and just some nice clear skies to the north. We can see where that watch is, extending from Kansas up into Nebraska. You can also see where the heavier showers are all throughout the south, scattered around the southeast. Still a little shower lingering up between Lake Mille Lacs and Duluth, but much of that activity is dying down, will continue overnight before this weather system up to the northwest of us comes in and begins to produce some showers for us tomorrow. It looks like tomorrow's going to kind of be a gray, drizzly kind of day. Our weather map, here's a little front that's just right over us right now producing the bad weather down in Iowa. This is the one, though, we're watching. This is the one that's spreading the clouds into the northern part of North Dakota right now, and it's the one that's going to spread across us and produce much cooler temperatures, and at least this is part of the reason why. You take a look at the upper winds. We showed you these yesterday. We still have the real cold air held off to the north with this split in the winds, part of it going north and much of it coming to the south here. But it's this little low pressure area that's just not doing too much, kind of hanging around, continuing the northwest wind flow over us. Kind of a very unstable weather pattern. Exactly what's going to happen, it's hard to say right now, but it looks like this is going to be around for at least the rest of the week, bringing in some cool northwesterly winds, and little disturbances embedded in that wind flow will continue to bring us chances of some showers over the next couple of days. Tomorrow's weather map, then, the low pressure area in the front will try to push on to the east. It'll be late in the day before that happens. We will get back into a little bit of partial clearing perhaps on Friday, but at least for the afternoon tomorrow, some clouds and some showers, and those will linger on through tomorrow night and into Friday. Our high temperatures are going to take a little bit of a dive. We'll see temperatures mostly in the 60s across the state, 70s in the extreme southern part of the state. We're going to be right on the line, right around 69, 70 degrees for a high temperature for tomorrow. We hit 74 today in the Twin Cities. 73 is the average, 49 for an overnight low. No precipitation in the past 24 hours. The sun will set tonight at 7:36, getting awfully short now, those old days. Mississippi River, beautiful shot up the river toward the Twin Cities there. And our current conditions, mostly cloudy at 71, humidity 49%, dew point is 51, wind south at 16, barometer 29.92, and it's falling tonight then. Variable clouds, 53 for an overnight low. Some showers may make it up to the southern suburbs, but it doesn't look like most of the city will see anything. South winds at 5 to 15. Tonight through tomorrow, mostly cloudy tomorrow with showers mainly afternoon and evening, 72 degrees for a high. Tomorrow night, 50 for a low with mostly cloudy conditions and showers. And Friday, mostly cloudy again, some lingering showers, 68 degrees, the beginning of kind of a slip. Our extended outlook calls for little or no precipitation, partly cloudy skies, 67 on Sunday, slowly warming up into the low 70s on Tuesday. Overnight lows in the 40s, warming into the low 50s. Fallish.
Thank you very much. Once again tonight, R.J. Fritz has taken up his customary position during the Twins pennant drive under the Metrodome. Ralph?
And Dave, it's been a philosophy of Tom Kelly that you play them one day at a time here all season. They want to put a loss behind them immediately. Well, they want to forget last night's. It was out at home here at the Dome. We'll have more on the Twins coming up next. Stay with us.
Now there's a new lilt that makes silky body easier. A new lilt that makes soft waves easier. A new lilt that makes the difference easier. It's new lilt with built-in conditioners. Now perming and conditioning with no extra steps. For long-lasting, easy care hair. Go ahead. New lilt with conditioners makes the difference even easier.
Come on over, baby. Whole lot of breakfast going on.
Introducing the Bagel Breakfast Sandwich.
Come on over, baby. Won't be here for long.
Only at Burger King.
We ain't faking. Whole lot of breakfast going on.
Fast, tasty breakfast. Fresh eggs. Bacon, ham, or sausage with melted cheese on a hot, soft bagel.
Come on over, baby. Whole lot of breakfast going on.
Burger King, the best food for fast times.
Pretty soon, the 1988 Ford Rangers will be at your Northland Ford dealer. They've made a few changes.
But they haven't tampered with the fun, tough quality, and import-beating features that have made this 87 Ranger the best-selling compact truck around. Now, there's a lot to like about the 88s, but there's something you'll find only on the 87s. A closeout price.
Now, 1.9 APR or up to $1,000 cash back. See the Ranger and all the 87 closeout specials at your Northland Ford dealers.
Introducing the second largest seed company in America. We're Stauffer Seeds, America's fastest growing seed company.
And Pride, the biggest little seed company up north.
And Northrop King, with over 100 years of experience.
Now we're working together
as the second largest seed company in America.
The new Northrop King, bringing you seeds and service that are second to none.
The new Northrop King, second largest seed company in America.
Even though it proved futile, I love that shot of Al Newman streaking for home. There is tremendous character of twin spirit in that shot. Ralph?
I'm sorry, say again, Dave?
No, it wasn't worth it. Go ahead.
All right. We are at the Dome, and of course it is very important now that the Twins take 2 out of 3 out of every series that they can, because they just did it against Boston, they did it against Milwaukee. Now they have a chance to do it again tonight against the Chicago White Sox. Twins tried to take that rubber game against Chicago. They took the first one, then lost in a heartbreaker last night. We'll set up the 9th inning for you now. With 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th, Randy Bush popped up, and it appeared to be an easy out, and then the ball drops in amongst a host of outfielders. The Twins get a big break. The bases loaded, 1 out. Destiny again seems on the Twins' side, but that's not the fate as it takes a twist here. Roy Smalley, a short fly to center field. Ken Williams set his sights for home, so did Al Newman. A perfect play would be needed to get Newman out, and the Sox pulled it off. Catcher Ron Hasse played it right, and Newman's valiant effort for the game was squelched.
I guess the replay showed that I almost got my arm in there, but he was a foot out in front of the plate, and he's a pretty big catcher, so he prevented me from scoring.
Well, tonight, Rich Dotson will go for the White Sox, and he will face Frank Viola of the Twins, who is looking for win number 15. So it's very important the Twins do win this one to take the rubber game with Viola on the hill. If the Twins want to win the division, they have to come out and win the series against those weaker teams. Tonight, after the 10 p.m. report, we will have another edition of Twins Extra. We'll have highlights, interviews, plus a story on playoff tickets. Well, the Twins are hoping for the Texas Rangers today, but that's not the case. It's Oakland 11, Texas 7. So a look at the standings show Oakland now 2.5 back. The Twins must win, or they're only up by 2. And of course, as you see in the loss column, if the Twins were to lose tonight, they'd only be up by 1. Kansas City 4.5 back, California 6.5 out. Chris Everett felt flat, and Lori McNeil said she felt just great. Well, you can imagine who won their match today in the U.S. Open Tennis Championships. McNeil, a 24-year-old power player from Houston, upsetting Everett today in the quarterfinals, beating the 6-time champion in 3 sets, 3-6, 6-2, 6-braided.
I mean, I just went out there and went for it.
How hard was it to win match point against Chris Everett?
It was. I mean, I wanted to make sure that if I lost that point, that she won the point, that I didn't just give it to her. So it feels great.
Other winners today, top-seeded Steffi Graf, along with Martina Navratilova. In the men's division, Mats Wilander, Stefan Edberg, and Jimmy Connors at last report was well on his way to a win over Brad Gilbert. That's it from the Dome, Dave. The White Sox and the Twins again, and I'm sorry I can't hear you, but just when we begin, it's always music time and time to get the infield in shape.
What did he say? Thanks, Ralph. Twins Pennant Fever took one more step up on the ladder of creative obsession today. We'll show you in just a moment.
This could be your golden opportunity because inside Trop Arctic's new gold bottle is the premium quality motor oil that keeps your car running smoothly. And a chance to win a gold Pontiac Trans Am or hundreds of other prizes. Just pop out Trop Arctic's cap liner to see if you've won. But hurry, this golden opportunity to win won't last long. Now get a $3.60 rebate with 12 quarts of Trop Arctic. Phillips 66. Good things for cars and the people who drive them.
What's your excuse for not losing weight?
Nothing seems to work for me.
That's because no other weight loss program ever offered such a combination of easy-to-live-with ideas. If you want to lose up to 8 pounds in the first 2 weeks, get started with Weight Watchers Quick Start Plus right now.
Maybe I'll start my diet next week.
Why wait? This is your very last chance to join Weight Watchers for only $7. You've just run out of excuses, so call Weight Watchers today.
Imagine if they made omelets in heaven.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
In heaven, you could have a pizza omelet,
Hallelujah.
a seafood omelet, or a spinach and mushroom omelet. And you'd get your choice of a fresh-baked muffin or pancakes.
Hallelujah.
You don't have to go to heaven to get a meal this good. Just go to Perkins. Tummy heaven.
After 11 years in business, Amin Z Oriental Rugs are closing its doors for good and liquidating their entire inventory of handmade Oriental rugs with a going out of business sale. Imagine 40% off classic Persian, 40% off beautiful Indian, 40% off spectacular Pakistani, 40% off colorful Turkish, and above all, a full 50% off Chinese rugs and durries. The selection is great. The rugs are magnificent. Now is the time to save on hundreds of handmade Oriental rugs at Amin Z Oriental Rugs going out of business sale. 1408 West Lake Street at Hennepin, across from Calhoun Square, validated parking.
His incredible wit.
You're only as funny as you feel.
Her incredible smile.
I love to smile.
And the incredible Real Good Time. Next on Channel 4.
In South Minneapolis today, another challenge was posed for those who create Twins Pennant Fever symbols. At 419 Clifton Avenue, just off Loring Park, a tree shaker is at work, and with supervisory help from the second floor, the entanglement unfurled turns out to be a 20-foot-high, 10-foot-wide Twins jersey. And as far as we know, that is the most elaborate, strongly spirited, symbolic incentive to come out of Pennant Fever. That's tonight's 6 p.m. report. Thank you, and good night.